Welcome to Watch Symposium. I'm Austin. All right, so let's talk watch purchasing motivation. Now, what I want to do is I want to draw two distinctions. And one is a purchase that is prompted by positivity and one that is prompted by negativity. Now, what I mean is that when you buy a watch, are you trying to enjoy something? That would be positivity. Are you trying to gain something? Or are you trying to eschew something negative? All right? Now, I understand there's probably a lot of overlap and a lot of gray when it comes to our motivations, but let me just give you a few examples to try to illustrate these two, what I think are polar opposites. All right, so you buy a watch because you feel inferior and you think the watch is going to bring you up in life. That would be a negative motivation. You buy a watch because a friend of yours bought a watch and you're trying to eschew that feeling of inferiority. Okay, now you're trying basically to go from a state of negativity to one of, at best, equality or positivity, all right? Whereas another motivation could be you want it for the aesthetic pleasure. Meaning you're not trying to dig yourself out of a hole, you're just trying to bring more enjoyment. You love beauty, you think you could get something pleasurable out of your life from enjoying this watch, and you get it, and it adds to your life. Okay, it doesn't bring you out of some hole, it just adds something. And the most interesting thing is there's so many different reasons that we get a watch, and it's very hard to point and put a finger on the exact motivation. And it could be one of these, or two of these, or many of these. But I just think it's very interesting that whenever somebody does something, there is a reason, there's a motivation. And what is it? What is it? Is it, and if you imagine us being at a state of contentment, is it to try to raise yourself to contentment and maybe a little bit above that feeling of contentment? Contentment being zero, and you can imagine a state of discontentment being like a negative number. Oh, I feel so down. I mean, my friend got a precious metal Rolex, and I just have an old steel one. But if I were to put on my credit card, brand new, date just, that would dig me out of that hole. It would bring me up. No, it wouldn't bring me up to zero. It would bring me up to +7. I'd throw it in his face, right? Just an example. Or are we horologically already in a state of contentment, perhaps zero, perhaps just +1, +2, maybe we're happy with what we have, and the purchase is aimed at just adding more positivity, bringing us from a +1 to a +7. I can't really make any judgments, and I don't even know what my motivations are. Maybe that's a good subject for another video. But I will say that when you are trying to bring yourself out of a zone of negativity, I think that might be a dangerous watch purchase. I think it is using watches as a therapy, medically perhaps, self-medicating through horology. But I think there's possibly something very healthy about enjoying a timepiece when it just brings you a little bit more positivity, when you're going from positive to positive. As long as, of course, you don't make bad decisions, and going from a +2 to a +7 through a watch purchase doesn't bring you down to a -7 with your significant other or financially. Anyway, it's just a interesting way of looking at things, and perhaps I need to look at my watch purchases. Do they come from a point of negativity or positivity? What about yours? Thanks for watching. Take care. Let me know what you think. See you next time.